All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello! Welcome back to the HeroesCCL. We are currently casting from a replay of the clean feed. Excuse me, throat decided to be terrible today. We're casting from a replay of the clean feed today, so we are going to be covering games that have already happened. Therefore, spoilers. The games have already happened. They've already gone live. You like the hair? Thank you. I like the hair too. I think it looks really good. Feels decent, fam. But we are going to be casting games that happened yesterday all the way up until we'll probably finish like half an hour to an hour earlier than the live games, after which I will take a very quick break to eat some food, but the stream will stay live, and then we'll be rolling straight into the live game. So we're going to be doing anywhere between 9 and 15 hours of casting today. Should be fun. And Heku, thank you very much for raiding with your party of 47. Welcome, viewers of Heku. Hope you're having a good day today. Also, Heku, long time no see. Hope you are doing well. Oh, God, here they come. There's so many. Oh, my God. So many of them. But I hope you're all having a wonderful day today. We're going to be doing a lot of casting today. We are, once again, as I will reiterate for the new people who just rolled in, we are going to be casting all of the HeroesCCL from this weekend. I missed yesterday's cast because I had a prior engagement on Saturday. My engagement for this Sunday was cancelled, so as such, I'm going to cast Saturday games now. That is what is happening. We're going to be casting Granit Gaming versus Oxygen and 30k versus Onyx. Those will be happening now. We'll be doing that all the way up until the live games, where we'll be casting the live games for today, which will be Chili Mountain versus Storm Esports, and then Simplicity versus Wildheart Esports Grand Finals rematch. Doing good? Gonna go to your mum now. Yeah, happy Mother's Day for anyone who's not in the UK. UK Mother's Day isn't for quite a little bit. So, I hope everyone's going to have a lovely Mother's Day. Enjoy the time with your mothers if you are spending that time. Otherwise, we have some casting to do. I hope you're excited. Here is a little update on the table as to where everyone stands, with, of course, the standard CCL method of putting stuff in the way of it. Nothing unusual there. So, we have a four-way tie at the top of the table as of Friday. Simplicity, Wildheart Esports, Storm Esports, and 30k all 1 and over a map ratio score of +3, because they all 3-0'd. Meaning Oxygen Esports, Granit Gaming, Chili Mountain, and Onyx are all sitting at 0-1 and 0-3 map ratio respectively. There you go. There's Onyx. They don't get to hide. You will not hide anymore, fool. So, these are our current positions, and once again, we are going to be going today into our wonderful first set of matches, where we are going to be jumping in to Granit Gaming versus Oxygen Esports. This should be fun. Both teams currently with no wins, so this will be a big match for either team. Finally get some points on the board. Then we will have 30k versus Onyx. We do currently have a team that has won there, with 30k winning their first matchup. Onyx would love to get some points on the board. Then we have Chili Mountain. These are today's games, which will be happening after we cast the Saturday games. This will be Chili Mountain versus Storm Esports. Excuse me. And there we go, happened on the main stream as well, so we can show it. So these are today's matches, once again. Granit Gaming versus Oxygen Esports. You like the hair? I'm very glad. I'm glad you like it. It's I finally was able to get a haircut after the disaster that has been lockdown hair. It feels much better. I feel much more human. It's weird. It's the shortest I've ever had my hair at the sides. So having the short sides and having my headphones on feels weird. But I am getting more used to it, so it's not so bad. So this should be a fun matchup. And, of course, the other matchups for tomorrow. Chili Mountain versus Storm Esports. Storm Esports won their game. Simplicity versus Wildheart both won their first series. They both also, though, got knocked out in round 1 of the Icebreaker Cup. So very interesting to see here. We have the current champions versus the second place team. And as of Thursday, which I cast with Crushinator and Jinxie Cat, we have Wildheart being the Nexus Gaming Series Storm Division champions, beating out Heavy Impact in a 3-1. So that should be fun. We have two champions from different cups and leagues here. As we move on to our team breakdown, Granit Gaming dropping their entire roster at the end of last season, picking up 3 of the people they dropped, aka Skug, Famgrota, and Henning, re-picking all of them up as their players. And then they also picked up Ty, who was on 30k a lot of last season before being replaced by Azerite, and Ultralisk, who I believe was on Sidestep Kings. Fancy Pants, new to the league, very strong player. Gives them a lot of flexibility on that roster. Also, congratulations CCL for hitting $6,000 on the crowd-funded prize pool. Remember, if you enjoy my casting today, please consider maybe dropping a subscription or a donation so I can afford food and shelter. Feels good, fam. I feel bad because this is the first early cast I've done in a while, and as such, I had to break my fast. I'm on intermittent fasting as an attempt to lose weight, which is working quite well. I've lost over 4 kilograms, but it's very weird to have eaten this early and to be awake this early, whereas usually I would be waking up at around 7 p.m. to get, like around 5 p.m. to get ready for casting the America time zones. So, yeah, pretty dope. Pretty dope indeed. So looking at this, we've seen Ultralisk so far run a lot of Kerrigan. Let's see if Oxygen can deal with that. They are potentially one of the best Muradins in the world, who's actually relatively reasonable into Kerrigan if he's on the offensive. If he's retreating, Kerrigan can actually punish Muradin really hard. But that's Red Robot, of course. So tonight, I am live. I am currently live, but these games that we are currently casting happened yesterday. The first 2 series we will cast, Oxygen Esports versus Granit Gaming, and then, hang on, Oxygen Esports versus Granit Gaming, and then 30k versus Onyx. Those are from yesterday. So we will have some fun. Cupcase, eat! Hang on, text to speech.
Eat.
Eat, indeed. We're starting off our first series of the day. It's going to be Dragonshire. It's picked by Granit Gaming. Battlefield of Eternity was banned out by the side of Granit as well. And we can see that technically, Oxygen banned out either Sky Temple, Tomb of the Spider Queen, or Towers of Doom. But as usual, the production has managed to cover it up. Because literally, this is every broadcast. There's a couple things that happen every single broadcast, and that is the clean feed lags, the quality is low, the clean feed lags, the quality is low, stuff gets covered up by the prize pool stuff, and they have a team comms thing that they apparently physically cannot get rid of for the clean feed. It's impossible to remove, apparently. But that's how it is. That's how it be, fam. So we're getting ready to jump in. That's the clean feed. That's what we end up getting given. I'm literally just waiting for this to disappear. There we go. Tomb of the Spider Queen will be the map banned out by Oxygen Esports. So once again, we'll be casting these games. These are the games from yesterday, and once they're finished, we'll have a very quick break, and then we will literally, when the live games start, we will roll right on into the live games for CCL as well. So we're going to be casting all of it, somewhere between 9 and 14 hours of casting, something like that. So we're going to be bringing you all of them. Feels good. I am regretting this decision already. But no surprise there. Poor decisions are the spice of life. So, we're going to be getting ready to jump into the draft for game number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I am your cast Tetcher. If you enjoy my casting today, please consider dropping a subscription or a donation via bits or the donation link below. And if you like the CCL games, then make sure you support the prize pool there. !CCL will take you to a page for all the info you need, which I'm pretty sure will include a donation link for the prize pool, which would be nice, considering some of the teams have had fines against them due to some rule breaking. I've just realized my hair almost matches the CCL logo. Nice. If I dyed it, I would have actually almost matched it there. Oh, well, we have a draft. Let's jump into it, ladies and gentlemen, and get this going. Where's the in-game sound? Do we just not get that today? It's been a while since we've not had even any in-game sound. Hello? Alright, hang on. I'm going to jump back to me for a second just to make sure that Firefox has volume and I didn't accidentally mute it or something. Nope, tab's unmuted. Okay, so hang on, we're on 44 seconds. Let's skip ahead a bit. Make sure there is actually sound on this video. And they've not just straight up broken it. Which would not surprise me. They've done that before. Or similar things before. Alright, come on, skip ahead. Come on, video. It's taking its time to skip ahead. I just want to make sure the sound, yo. Give me sound. Come on now. Hello? Okay, well, I might have broken it. We're going to refresh the page. We remember on 44 seconds. We remember that. It might have just broken. If it is broken, we might have a quick delay while I set up the while I just download the replays, because CCL is actually pretty good about releasing them next day. Ooh, that ain't looking so good, fam. Refresh. This might just be dead, fam. Wow, it's actually just died. It just will not play. All right, backup plan. Because we have one of those. Just in case this kind of thing happens. Okay, there is game sound, so we know that much at least. So that's reassuring. All right, we're going to have to do some lovely setup. Because literally Firefox just decided that it did not want to play any video at all. And that it was just done with us today. So excuse me for a second while I fix it. We're going to have to go to CCL, change that, and hope that that works. That looks like it works, actually. All right, that's encouraging. Okay, all right. I think we're in one piece. Let's get back to 44. 43.51. That will do. Alrighty, back in we go to the actual game. I apologize for the production value there. We just had to deal with what we had. So there is just no sound for now. We're just having to deal with that. Turn that up a bit. Let me know if I need to adjust it. So I assume the sound will come back. You like the cut, Solux? I'm very glad. I like the cut too. My head's a little chillier, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. So the Kerrigan is banned out. Ultralisk again has been leaning very heavily onto that Kerrigan these days, so it makes a lot of sense to see that banned away. Chromie and Uther are more standard though, which leaves Hogger open as the early picks. Lucio was also left available, but Oxygen choosing to prioritize Hogger, and also these teams spending no time delaying. Very interesting to see. So yeah, Granit Gaming, Kerrigan's actually one of their most picked heroes here. Played in 3 of their last, 8 games. So very interesting to see. They're going to start off instead, though, with Rexar, another one who they've actually been playing a little bit. 4 games so far coming in. Oxygen Esports going to bust out the Cassia and the Lucio. Oxygen starting off way more standard than Granit, but Granit do mean that they're going to get that Malfurion, that sleep. Very nice. Next time you can tell your barber that your stream likes your haircut. I don't use a barber. I use a hairdresser. I have had the same hairdresser since I was 4. She is wonderful. Her name is Helen. She is superb, and she is going to be very happy that the stream likes my haircut. She literally said, if people say good things about it, to tell her. 'Cause it's the first time she's cut my hair like this. This is a new hairstyle for me as well. She is wonderful. So, we've had the Bay banned out. There goes Sonya as well. Sonya would have been okay into Hogger later levels. Hogger would have been okay to Sonya a little bit earlier, so it would have been decent. You want to remove those big offlane picks. And also it prevents Rexar being used as the double offlane strategy we see these days, where we have 1 top lane, 1 bot lane, and then 3 mid/rotating, which is what the Sonya would have been really good for here. They could have put Rexar up in top lane and Sonya down the bot lane, so she wouldn't have had to match up against the Hogger and had a really good time. The Zeratul will still potentially fill this role as well, with currently Ty hovering on playing that. Be interesting to see if we go that. Celux, this is live. The games are not I am. These first 2 series are not live. These are VODs from yesterday. The 2 series afterwards will be live from today. Tychus and Varian on the board, so we're seeing a more standard Oxygen draft with 2 assassins, 2 melee, and 1 healer. And then on the Granit Gaming side, Gul'dan coming in here. So now they do have potentially the stuff they need for everyone to go for a 3-1-1, a 3-1-1 with 3 in mid, with Zeratul bot or Rexar bots, and then swap them around as needed. Not sure they're going to go that way, though. Excuse me, we'll have to see. Overall, both drafts, very interesting. I'm going to lean a little bit more towards Oxygen, though, because I'm concerned about the abilities of Gul'dan to be a solo damage dealer, range damage dealer, that is, when he's up against, like, a Tychus Cassia, because that's really good. Zeratul's going to make up a little bit, but again, they're very burst-dependent now. And I'm concerned that's enough. They have Diablo Malfurion, they've got good setup. I just don't know if Zeratul Gul'dan actually do enough damage to end fights. And that's where my issues are. Rexar's going to add a tiny bit to that, but not much. Even with full auto-attack build, I don't think Rexar's going to be the damage they need. Especially to a Varian, could be really hard to deal with. So we're going to have to see. I have managed to avoid spoilers, so once again, I will request that chat remains a spoiler-free zone. These games are yesterday's games that we're casting right now, so I'm requesting that chat is nice and tries to keep itself spoiler-free so that everyone can enjoy these games if they have not seen them already. Let's start off. On the left-hand side, it shall be Granit Gaming with Henning on Malfurion, Svevgrotta on the Rexar, Ty on Zeratul, Skoog is playing the Diablo, and Ultralisk is on that Gul'dan. We'll have to see what they can do. I've been interacting with you, so yes, the stream is in fact live. You good. The stream is live. Games is what you meant. Yes, the games are not currently live. On the right, Oxygen Esports. Heavy on that Lucio. Red Robot on the Varian. Drated on Tychus. Madara is on the Cassia. And of course, Hogger is all that is left. We're just going to quickly look at this minion block, because that is really interesting and fun to see. As we see Hogger rotating straight off to the opposite lane. Staying out of danger. Very fun to see. So Rexar will make their way up to top lane for now, begin the early soak, and make sure that they don't drop too far behind. Talent-wise, we're seeing pretty much obvious stuff across the board. We're not going for the Lion's Maw, which actually has been the more common picked talent for Variants these days, as Diablo is taken out. That's a pre-level 4 fight there. Very nice gank coming in from Hogger. Shutting down the rotation for a little bit there, and immediately moves to start the Bruiser camp. Very nicely done indeed. Red Robot eats a little bit of harass from Zeratul, though, who is covering the lane. Nasmus, with the help of Heavy, clearing that out. Decent loot horde placement. Doesn't get the perfect bounce, but it's enough to set them up for an easy cap. Ultralisk going to be able to finish that. And both teams hard committing to camps. Lots more members from Granit Gaming, though. Their camp clear speed a little bit slower. Cassia and Tychus both have a little bit of AoE and some good single target, whereas Granit, they're very reliant on Zeratul to be picking these camps up. Gul'dan was able to do the siege camp, obviously, but he's still left alone and was still slower than the members of Oxygen Esports. The Bear trying to delay, trying to annoy, trying to deny. But with the Bruiser cap coming in, it's going to be a little more difficult. Ty will scare off Nasmus. So for now, top going over to Granit Gaming, but still under the control of Oxygen Esports. So yeah, we're seeing that parry talent for Varian. So he's going to get those extra crits, that cooldown reduction and crit damage on his heroic strikes, instead of going for that extra burst damage from that Lion's Maw at level 1. Shandau's Clarity for Malfurion, a little bit of extra mana cooldown reduction there. Stay sustained. Another clean build Zeratul. It really seems that we have moved completely away. He gets out for just a second, but Tychus able to track him down. Drater picks up the kill. But we really seem to have moved away from the might of Nerazim into auto-attack burst build Zeratul, and every Zeratul these days seems to be sticking with the old style cleave build. Looking good so far. Hunter Gatherer. Rexar already grabbing one globe. Getting up there. Bigger they are for Drated. This is just the go-to these days. Nasba still trying to interrupt the bear. Here comes the gank. Stun from Misha. Root. Sleep buys them a little bit more time. Going to try and get away Hog Wild, but it's the kill coming in from Rexar. In the meantime, Heavy, nice kickoff into knockback. The power of the Lucio gank. Big engage there. Very nicely set up. That's going to be Oxygen Esports holding their lead in terms of kills. 3 kills to 1 right now. Second wind for Varian. Not going with Victory Rush. Despite being in lanes a lot more often these days. Red Robot looks like he wants to stay fighting longer as opposed to rotating between the lanes. Very interesting. We're seeing the trash fire for Hogan. Not going to go with that, not going to go with the seeing red. Oh, that's a big flip onto Red Robot. He's trying to parry, trying to block, but the damage is too much. Zeratul Tide chase him down. The Corruption finds the kill. Double channel going over to Oxygen Esports. But Granit getting that counter kill. With Rexar and Zeratul in mid lane, Granit will be able to hold back Oxygen and give them time to recap, but will be taken by Granit Gaming. Diablo grabbing that. And looks like Rexar will get control back of top lane. Momentum shall be gained. Charge just missing that wall. Good positioning by Madara there. Diablo, by the way, hyper aggro build. Skoog bringing up the Devil's Due for Globe regen. Good stun by Nasmus against Ty. Trading damage back and forth. Nasmus comes out ahead, although Rexar going to try and trade that back. But Diablo then going in with the Sacrificial Soul at level 4 for big charge armor here. And we're going for that Malevolence Burst build. We already said they're very committed to Burst with Zeratul and Gul'dan, so it makes a lot of sense. Might as well hyper commit to it. And even Rexar building in with the Burst build as well, going with the stun cooldown reduction, which will build into the stun damage at level 13. Trying to take control of bot lane once again. Double channel for Granit this time. Big stun onto Red Robot. Parrying, holding. He's just going to try and tank through it. Interrupts once. That's enough. Hogger regains top lane. Siege camps in the bot lane will meet in the middle of the map and trade a little bit of damage back and forth, but that should go over to Granit Gaming with the help of Gul'dan. Over around the wall charge, but a fantastic route from Henning, keeping Ty alive. But there's level 10s available for both teams. Horrify, Apocalypse on one side, Valkyrie on the other, which is easily sidestepped by Ultras. But now Skoog, a little bit in trouble. They drop the high five early just to try and make sure they can get in, but Horrify comes out, charged by Skoog, who makes it behind the wall. Tranquility keeping the team alive. That's a 3-man VP, but they've already used APOC. They have no follow-up to this, but Ty is still able to cleave, and that's enough to grab one kill. There goes Red Robot for kill number 2. Very nicely done. Nasba's going to regain control of top lane, though. That buys Granit some time, but Granit catching up. They gain the kill lead here. Granit Gaming looking strong. And remember, this is kind of a grudge match because last season, Oxygen Esports, the first team they lost to in CCL Season 1 was Granit Gaming. So very interesting to see that little spark of revenge coming in. See if Oxygen can make it back, or if the fact that Granit might just have their number. They've got 3 of the same players. Maybe it is just kind of known. Skoog helping clear up here. They will grab their bruiser camps. Get a little bit of pressure going there. Nasmus clearing up very quickly, getting a good start. Big bush trap here. Marjorie trying to dance, trying to make sure no one comes through. Skoog clearing up best they can. There's the charge. They're able to find Madara, but he turns around. Big focus, and Diablo getting melted. Valkyrie gets Malfurion, though. APOC zones them away and gets everyone out of danger with Odin Bird. That is a full retreat coming out. That is Apocalypse and Tranquility, both for an Odin and a Valkyrie. Both teams trading back and forth. Bot going to be claimed by Granit Gaming. Top still under the control of Rexar, but Varian is there, waiting to strike. Let's see if they take the bait. Mid, left uncontested. Channel coming in. Rexar holds, and Ty able to be there just in case Diablo needed the assistance. First Dragonite of the game goes over to Granit Gaming. See you later, Red Robot. But that leaves Madara completely free to stack off of that Dragonite with that Thunder Fury talent. Some team comps that we can't listen to, which are probably, we're doing pretty alright, lads. As bigger they are, melts a big chunk out of that Dragonite. You can see Ty hovering around, waiting to see if anyone oversteps. But that Dragonite getting eaten. Tychus is absolutely murdering it. He's gone for the Korean build, by the way. Going with the quarterback at level 1 into bigger they are. But instead of going for Melting Point, going for the Relentless Soldier and the Neo Steel Plating. Maximum Sustain build. This is the old, more Korean style of build, popularized in the Chile Mountain Cups. See what they go for here. Ultras backing away, a little bit of danger, big charge, taunted, but he's tanking through. Honga does not land his bounce, but is still landing a lot of damage. Drain from Ultras, just a second, survives the burst of light, the surge of light from Madara, as Fabgrotta brings in the balls. How far further will they go? Charge from Diablo into the root, sleep, dead. Even the shield wall cannot save him. Red Robot will go down, but they trade out Zeratul for it. But a quick pickup onto Lucio as well. 2 for 1 in favor of Granit Gaming. And wow, we are seeing a mix-up on the builds here. We're not going with the burst stun damage from Rexar as predicted. Instead, we are going to be bringing out the extra attack speed. Now, that is interesting because normally if you're going for that extra attack speed on Rexar, you would be building into the cooldown reduction for your Q on level 7. This would allow you to throw it out more often and have a better chance of getting that extra attack speed. In this case, because it's burst, I guess, make sure you have the stun up off cooldown as often as possible. So you go for Aspect of the Beast there. You don't want taking flight here because as much as it gives you the extra range and the extra cooldown reduction, the 2-second cooldown reduction, in this case, they're not wanting to fight as often. So they're not expecting these longer fights. So instead, we'll just go for Aspect of the Hawk, giving 125% attack speed for 4 seconds. And Misha's basic attack increasing the duration of the buff by 0.75 seconds. They miss out on the burst damage of Dire Beast, which is 50% extra damage, stacking up to 150. But I guess the plan is they don't expect to be fighting long enough to gain value out of that. Very interesting. Gul'dan also, by the way, going with a very old-fashioned build, consume souls for the minions to try and stay alive that way, and also make up for the fact that they have gone for that power, that hunger for power, the extra damage in exchange for reduced healing, and a health stone as well. It's a very old-fashioned style Gul'dan build, and it works pretty well. They're going to go with that W build, which is, again, good for sustained fights. Not what they're looking for here. Max damage as fast as possible. Burst. Ty even lands the shot, but that's a good shield wall. VP, though. Into APOC. Beautiful cleanse. High five by Hemi. Gets them out of danger, meaning Varian will be at least the only one to die here, but they're going to try and keep Drained alive. No, the poison. Corruption able to guarantee the kill. 2-man stun by Misha. Madara is down. They look for Hemi too, but Kickoff gets Hemi out of danger. But nicely done. Lucio healing unable to save the Tychus as well. That's a triple kill by Granit Gaming. Granit Gaming smashing their way through oxygen. Looking good right now. Banner of Dalaran at level 16 for that variant. Extra burst. Try and get them back in it. They've got Headbanger as well. A little bit of percentage damage. Cassia has that big extra Qs every time she fends. That's a huge amount of extra damage. And up the frequency for Lucio. That will help. But in the meantime, Zeratul has Void Slash. What a taunt! Ultra is in serious trouble, but there's no follow-up. All their melee heroes getting denied and blocked. Nasmus is now in the wrong neighborhood. Speed Boost gets him out of the corruption, and the knockback keeps them alive. No one dies, but Ultrask getting away by the skin of their teeth there. Granit Gaming playing this gorgeously. Bot Shrine taken by Nasmus. Keeping oxygen in it. Rexar makes their way up the top lane. Making sure that they can keep control. No double channels. They can't allow oxygen an opportunity to get back in the game. The thing is, even if Granit Gaming do get the Dragonite again, Titan's just going to eat it again. He's got bigger they are. He's now got Titan grenades. It's going to be really hard for them to actually take control of these fights. Make their way down. They find it. Massive charge. Immediately high five. Drayton dives forward. But gets horrified. Skoog in perfect position. Ty has to drop the VP, though. They were in trouble. Furian's the first to die. Team gets super split. Odin is dropped to get the unstoppable on the APOC. They turn looking for Ty to try and turn this round. Fend is good. Madara rushes him down. Oxygen Esports grabbing the double kill there. Looking for more immediately. Hog is on the way to top lane as we are going to see that again. What a performance there. The live box is broken. I will fix that in a moment. I'll fix that between games and we won't use the replay another time this game. But the VP comes out. APOC is dropped, but Odin saves the day. Skoog did go down, but he has souls. Brought him back. As Madara finally able to pick up the Dragon Knight for their team. The triple kill. Going in favor there of Oxygen as they look for more. Ultra is charged, bodied. And Oxygen Esports, now that they're finally finding people alone, they're grabbing huge momentum. They lost top 4 to a bruiser camp. Jarjana, 69, thank you for the follow as they smash their way through bot lane. Oxygen Esports with full... How did you... I wasn't talking to you, Google. Massive momentum being gained by Oxygen Esports here, pushing their way forward. Ty, a little bit of damage. You see Varian was thinking about it. There's the taunt onto Misha, who will go down here. Nice use of the double loot hordes, Holder Pole and loot horde to block off the escape. Really forced him into a channel. Punt onto Rexar, prevent that attack speed. Rexar's auto attacks are no joke. And with that extra attack speed, with Aspect of the Hulk, he can do a huge amount of damage. Dragon Knight is popped. But the first keep of the game goes over to Oxygen Esports. Speed boost from Heavy. And that is Oxygen getting out of danger. No one will die for them. They're going to move back over to their Siege camp or their Bruiser camp or both. Hog are already clearing mid lane. Siege camp being grabbed by the rest of Oxygen. And good positioning by Red Robot to protect. Make sure that they stay zoned. Bot Bruiser is scouted by Granit. No one down there. Level 20. Just hit for Oxygen Esports. Just around the corner for Granit Gaming. Granit Gaming, what a comeback. There's Mixing Fire. No control now. So anti-healing, massive damage output. A little bit of damage from Lucio even. They've got that Rock Stopper for Cassia. Give her the extra burst protection. Banner of the Glory to the Alliance, sorry, for Varian. Extra healing will help with Lucio. Will also help, it will also help heal Cassia. That Inner Light will be affected by that Glory to the Alliance. Even Hog's level 1 trait will help. They're going to make their way in. Misha on the flank. Heavy. Poking away. Really max ranging those auto attacks. A little bit of harassment onto the core. The Bruiser Camp won't get too much done, but it's all delays. Just waiting for the next Dragon Knight. Some more comms that we cannot hear. Taunt onto Gul'dan. Body blocks with the Horde, and Valkyrie finally lands. Big red button doing damage. APOC is denied. The VP wasn't cancelled in time. Ty trying to clear up. The timing is a little rough there. No control. Absolutely destroys them. Nasmus getting wrecked by the keep. Zeratul grabbed a kill onto the Lucio as well. But that is a 3 for 2 in favor of Oxygen, who are going to try and end with what little time they have left on this Odin. Remember, it's a big red button. Odin to extra duration. Stunned down by the core. Good charge by Skoog for the follow-up, but he's going to get taunted, focused down, and dead! Skoog is down, does not have the souls, meaning it's up to Misha now! The core stun, Misha damage, Zeratul's owning him! Sorry, not Zeratul, Rexar underkeep though, chased down, Feign death, he's buying time, he's delaying, Misha tries to run, Misha dies, and that's going to be game. 12 seconds left until Gul'dan, not enough time to save the game. That's going to be game number 1 going over to Oxygen Esports. They take the lead in this series. Granit Gaming looking so strong this series already, but Oxygen Esports taking the momentum and able to gain control of this series in a 1-0 at the beginning stages. While we wait for the post-game screen, I'm going to fix my replays, because I know what went wrong, and I know how to fix it. I know how to fix it. So, post-game. Very nice to know. 29k self-healing, by the way, for Varian. That's pretty good. Considering Rexar, with a literal self-heal button, because Misha is included in that, is the one who gets is the one who got less healing there. So that's amusing. Okay. Alrighty. The replay should now be working. Yep, that looks good. Alright, fixed. We fix. On the run fixing. I love Studio. I love the ability to edit a scene I'm not in. It's so good. Talents-wise, again, Korean build for Drated here. Very fun to see. The headbanger on it. And I'm really interested that we are seeing this trash fire more often these days. I'm wondering where the deciding factor is between trash fire and the seeing red. Because we do see a lot of that as well. I'm curious what is the decider between those two. Maybe it's just how much you need spell power. Fun to see. Alrighty. Well then. We'll have to see what we get started with. 14 kills to 11. You can really just see how close that game was. Very fun to see. Level 21 to 20. The corruption build, Gul'dan, Haunt at the end of the game there. Really coming in clutch, but not enough. And the one time, Tai and Skoog were really in sync that game, but it took one time where they didn't seem to be able to get themselves on the same page, and as such, they got eliminated, and they didn't cancel the VP in time to get that Apocalypse off. There is a delay before you can cancel the Void Prison, so maybe that's what we saw there, where they just had the VP down and just didn't have the extra duration to cancel it. As such, that could have been the case. It might not have been their fault, but either way, there's a communication mismatch there about when the Void Prism is happening and when to drop that Apocalypse. There is a tick that you cannot immediately cancel VP from, otherwise it would be really easy to accidentally cancel it, which is why they added that delay. Feels good. So, why are there a lot of Christmas doges coming? Are these Christmas doges? Haha, holiday doge. Why are we Christmas doging? Is it Christmas again? Oh wait, it's always Christmas. We're in Heroes in a Storm, baby. It's always Christmas, and today's gift is esports. Feels good. So, the wonderful part about being doing stuff from the past is I can skip all the fluff that is all the fluff and flab that is created in between. It's snowing there. Ah, okay. Where are you guys? Where are you guys? It's snowing. It's warm AF here. But yeah, the good part about casting games from the past is I can skip all the gaps. Feels good. Game number 2, map picked by Oxygen Esports, taking us to Sky Temple. One of our first Sky Temple games here in CCL. Very fun to see. Sky Temple online. So that is Tomb of the Spider Queen and BOE Bands, two of the smaller maps. And we've gone to Dragonshire and to Sky Temple. Where does the necromancer live? Inside you all are the real necromancy was our cold dead hearts. Feels good. Alrighty, so Sky Temple is the map. We will probably see Falstad picked or banned, because this map is big. Big AF. Fair enough. Gimp skellies. More skeletons, please. Alrighty, we're waiting for the draft to get underway, and then we will jump into the game. We're already making good time. I think we're going to be able to. We're probably going to end up with a pretty long break screen in between these series, in between our past series and our future series. But no matter what, we will make sure we have something happening that we will make sure that we will cast both those games. Feels good. Alrighty. Ooh, who's Prometheus emotes at those? Locos! Hey, love Loco. Loco is an absolute god. Taking a little bit to get us started here. So remember, this will be first pick, first ban for Granit Gaming this time. So they will get the priority. Hands up indeed. I don't follow as much StarCraft anymore. I used to, like I started off as a StarCraft person. Wait, am I casting today's matches live or no? Yes, I am. We're doing yesterday's games right now, and then we will be doing today's games right after it. Or as soon after it as they start, basically. That's the plan. So like I said, we're going to be doing like somewhere between 9 and 14 hours of casting. 9 is, I think, the minimum if they all 3-0. If it's 9 if it's all 3 zeros. If it's if they all go to 5-game series, it's close to 15 hours. So that should be fun. We have our draft. I'm not a bad man. This is less hours than I had during HGC. HGC, I'd start casting China at 6 AM and finish casting Europe at Europe Open Division around midnight every day. Or 2 to 3 times a week. So that was 18 hours. Wait, no, that's wrong. That's 12 hours. Wait, maths is hard. So hang on, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I can't do maths. 12 hours. I'm pretty sure it's 12 hours. Wait, no, that's wrong. I can't do maths. Don't do maths on stream. It's a bad idea. Who wants to do math? Who cares about math? Lucio's bad. Ultra is getting target banned again. Get that Kerrigan out of here. And Uther will once again see removed. 12 plus 6 is 12. Yeah, I know, right? 18 hours. There we go. So yes, I did cast more hours. Thank you, Silith. I did do more hours during HGC days. I know that during my busiest times, I was casting almost 50 to 100 hours a week. No, I can't do 100 hours a week. That's not possible. I think it was like 50 hours a week at its most intense. So yeah. That's what I was doing, like the Crucibles for Korea as well, and there was a lot of extra playoff stuff for China. How do I breathe talking so much and so fast? Through my ass. We're going to be seeing the Anubarak bad away. It's just one consistent tunnel. Brightwing going to be bad. We're going to be picked up early this time for Granit. It's just interesting because Furion is still available, but they're choosing not to do it this time. Regardless, thank you for your hard work. Love your casting. Remember to take care of yourself, though. No, of course I will. Thank you very much for the concern. Cassia and Hogger wants to go for oxygen, sticking with the same stuff because it keeps working. If it keeps working, what do we need to change? Granit Gaming now. They already have one global. Opting for it over the Malfurion, that global experience is going to be so strong in the ability to gank and assist other lanes with a point-and-click CC is really, really useful. Sonya, this time she made it through the ban phase. So they're going to pick up that Sonya, and they get Falstad. So standard... Oh, never mind. We can't see that. We're not allowed to see that. I've lost my button. There we go. The draft broke. I'm wondering if that was one of the picks. But draft did break a bit there. I expect those picks are still correct. I'm assuming they're still fine. Like, I don't know what would have been a mistake there, because, yeah, Falstad plus Sonya is a really solid match. That would have been really good. Falstad's able to get the second global, and Sonya's able to just get that Brightwing TP and absolutely bully. Would have been decent. But hey, that's how it is. We will wait and see what is correct, what is real, what is true, what is false. I'm just going to try and skip ahead here. There we go. We got it. We got it. Never mind. Oh, okay. We had a draft on screen for a second there. Oh, they're just not showing it while they click their way through to where they were. All right, superb. Back to me. Production! Hooray! It's difficult. Feels good. Alrighty, and of course, the second I come to me, they go back into the game. Wonderful. Alright, speedrun that draft, fam. Get us back to where we were. See ya, Uther. Get out of here. Uther's gone. And then here was Anubarak. Ripperoni, Anubaroni. There's Brightwing. And then on this side, it was Cassia Hogger. Nice, speedrun. And then, is it still Falstad Sonya? Sonya, Falstad. Okay, so someone just DC'd by the looks of it. One day 100. Or one day 100. Tetch Dad. Indeed. Thank you very much. You're not my dad. It's a false dad. Thank you very much, One Day, for dropping your subscription for 4 months. Feels amazing. Thank you very much for your support. Diabolo has been removed. Rip Dibbles. Dibbles would be really good here. Burst damage plus a Sonya equals murder. So yes, get rid of that. Very strong, very good. Granit Gaming now with their final ban. The final ban of this draft. Get rid of Medivh. That is fair. It's not the best Medivh map, but it's by no way, shape, or form a bad Medivh map, especially with the boss objective available with the great leyline seal angles. Variant comes in once again for Oxygen. Very interesting seeing how meta Variant has become. We're really back into the burst meta. We're seeing a lot of Variants, a lot of noobs. It's interesting. I like it. I'm quite surprised we're not seeing a bit more ETC over the fact that he's just, weirdly enough, somehow squishier than Variant and the noob these days. Kira and Mei for Granit Gaming. Kira, very interesting. It adds a little bit of extra melee and a lot of extra burst damage. So there's some really good harassment available there. And Mei, good zoning potential. A little bit of slows, a little bit of wombo. Very cool. Tetcher turns up. Hey, Fizz, how's it going? Oxygen Esports now to finish out their draft. They still need a second ranged hero or a third bruiser. That's what we see. They can have double support, actually. They go with that third bruiser. Classic old style. This is Season 1 style. The D.Va coming in. This makes sense considering the Cascon tweet I read last night. And I was like, oh, no, spoilers. I didn't see the result, but it's really interesting. Alrighty, so D.Va online. So that's a 4-man Hogger or a 3-1-1 again. A Cassia variant Stukov rotation would be really good. That would keep them going with a lot of momentum. We'll see if that's the way they go. It's interesting. I think they're probably going to do the 1-3-1 to try and make the most sense of it. Or in this case, I think it will probably be 1-1-3 with 3 bot lane. Because that's where the camps are? I don't know. No, it might not be. Because the objective starts top lane and the Bruiser camp 4-man push up top lane. So they might just go double soak, using D.Va to soak bot mid, and then 4-man push top lane for a bit with Hogger. Or D.Va. Either will work there. That's my theory crafting for this. Because they could absolutely try and really hard capitalize on the Bruiser camp here. We'll have to see if that's what they go for, as we're going to be heading in to game number 2 of this best of 5 series here in the HeroesCCL. I'm your co-streamer Tetcher. Please drop a subscription or a donation if you like what I'm doing. On the left, Granit Gaming, some Grottai, Skoog Heading, and Ultralisk looking to even up the score in this best of 5 series. They've got double globals, some great melee engage, and a lot of CC. Oxygen Esports on the other side. Red Robot, Madara, Nasmus, Heavy, and Drated. Ready to bust down the mid lane. And we'll see if they do go for that hard capitalization on top. They have Hogger and D.Va. Hogger able to do camps very quickly. D.Va very good with helping push because she got that damage reduction as we go for the 5-man shrine for Oxygen Esports. They're able to get control of the vision. Falstad and Sonya already peeling off though. Which means right now, it is Kira in the mid lane. 4 versus 3 in favor of Oxygen Esports. 2 stacks already gained by Cassia. And Sonya going to be battling D.Va up in that top lane. Now, this is a matchup that D.Va loses until level 7. D.Va can actually sustain quite well against Sonya, but of course she eats a spear or some slams, D.Va will be out-sustained. Difference is, D.Va can trade out the mech in exchange for Sonya health, and once level 7 is hit, the mini-stun from D.Va can be used to interrupt Whirlwind every single time. That is Sonya's only sustain at level 1 without War Paint, so you just hyper-commit to that, and literally hold your Q for every time Sonya spins, interrupt it with the mini-stun at level 7, and you immediately win every single trade with Sonya, because you're able to out-trade her using the minion wave. Not the perfect bounce angle there from Hogger. As such, this camp is going to be a little slower, and D.Va may even be forced to come and help out. Yes, she will. That's what happens when you don't perfect your bounce angle. D.Va's going to help finish that off, meaning Hogger will take over top lane for the time being. D.Va makes their way to mid, a little bit of a lane swap. Hogger into Sonya again, not too bad for Hogger. He's actually got a lot of self-sustain, which will help him against a Sonya. Has a mini stun if he can land it. If you can drop it onto the Whirlwind, you have a very easy time. For now, Grotto able to sustain. They've got their bruiser camps, and some much better bruiser camp for Granit Gaming. Invade coming in from Oxygen, though. Good cleanse, but it only gets Ty out barely with 100 hit points left. The invade successful. The Brightwing CC removal gave a split second for Falstad to get out of danger. The barrel roll saves the day. And look at that. You can see the power of Hogger. Able to bully out Grotto for now. Doesn't land. The Whirlwind has to be dropped. Not a huge amount of regen off of, though, in this case. Down goes the May. Re-engage onto this camp that's already been taken and completed. Nicely done by Ultralisk, showing the power of that Kira mobility. But Sonya actually did win the battle up in top lane. She lost a lot of structure health, but of course her camp was defending itself underneath the fort. So gained a little bit more momentum that way. Charge. Onto Ultralisk. That's a good fend. The lurking arms are good. It's a low blow heavy. They are really committed to kills here. Ty on the flank. Harasses a little bit, but no Gust. If he had Gust, that would have been a very solid kill. Gonna make their way up to... This is the first objective of the game. It feels like the game has been going on for like 5 minutes already, due to how aggro these teams have been. But it is in fact the first one of the day. Red Robot. Positioning themselves, will back up a little. There's that hit to Nitros. Sonya now has a much rougher time against D.Va. D.Va, of course, going to be able to use the minion wave to heal back up. Sonya won't. You can see on that minimap, you can see where the charge comes out. Good engage. Good stun by Kira onto Madara, the perfect target. Madara trying to make their way through, will escape very barely, but they're not looking healthy. Fountain has to be dropped, has to be used to sustain. Sonya and D.Va trading very carefully. That slab, even with D.Va being able to interrupt Sonya's sustain, D.Va is still very hurt by Sonya because Sonya's slab does a lot of damage. Good barrel roll by Ty. Able to get out of Draden's rage. They have to drop the self-destruct. Turn onto Grotto. Can't chase down. There's the stun, interrupting the mech. Nicely done. Great invade by Granit. They're able to set themselves up nicely. Wait, why doesn't Granit have a kill? They just killed D.Va and her mech. Why don't they have a kill? What the hell? Oh, well, they're going to go in. Rest in peace, Granit's kill count. Thanks, Blizzard, by the way. Bugs indeed. Hooray, bugs. We're seeing a little bit of an interesting talent switch up here, going for that boomerang for Falstad. A little bit of extra burst damage on the Q. Helps with the wave clear, helps them rotate, and it's spell armor reduction. Combine that with Sonya. You're going to do some really good work. Wave's going to be cleared out by May. That keeps the momentum going for them. Poison Spear now for Sonya. Right now, Sonya, not with the team. They've left heading up in top lane. Heading, though, needs to make sure they're not in sight of Nasmus if they are needed support. Because if they are, Nasmus will interrupt it with that hit the Nitros. Needs to be very careful where they do it. For now, though, looks like they're just going to swap back. Heading on their way down to the rest of the team. And Falstad just still with the team soaking up, no global. A little bit of harass, full lightning. Try to focus onto Skoog. Skoog staying alive. They try to get the damage onto Drayton, taking him down. Heavy. Killed off. Nicely done. And level 10's available for both teams. Final strike for the Kira. Ice Wall, Mighty Gust, Wrath of the Berserker. That's a lot of boss securing, which they're going to start on right now. The other side, Micro Missiles, massive shove. Warbringer for that Varian, for Lightning, and the Hortipult. That's going to be boss for Granit Gaming. They're gaining some momentum here, and they've evened up the kill count. Going to be seeing the shots coming in on bot lane for Granit Gaming, trying to gain some momentum. Boss being defended right now by Cassia. Stukov and Varian putting themselves into that defensive position. Some Grotta just going to pressure the top lane instead. Without their bruiser camp, that's going to hard D-push this, leaving Falstad to make their way down to mid lane so they can fly to the rest of the team if needed. But for now, Granit Gaming has been given all these shots. Counter shots taken by Oxygen. The good invade, forcing Skoog to back up. People weren't near enough because the commitment has instead been turned onto top lane. Trying to get that counter momentum. Again, they still don't have their own bruiser. The Temple gets mid as well. That is trading 2 forts for 0 because they're not going to get top. This will be defended. Actually, will it? Minion Wave's doing a real number on it. It's gonna be kind of close. Down goes the nose. Grota stays alive. Whirlwind through the wave here. Ashworth, thank you for the sub. They put the momentum onto the push here. Ty.
Glad to see you back. Missed your casting yesterday.
Thank you very much. I will, once again, as I've said before, I'm rotating my casting on 1 week off the other. My commitment for Sunday this week was cancelled, so next week will be the week I'm not casting live. And then I'll be back to casting live the week after. But no matter what, I will be casting the VODs in a matter similar to this any time I can. So that will be during the weeks. No matter what, I will be casting every CCL game. Towards onto Kira with the anti-heal. Absolutely destroyed. Nicely done. The Mortal Strikes, the spell power reduction. Absolutely murdered. Micro missiles coming in, piling on pressure there. Oxygen Esports, D.Va pulling the aggro so the Varian could dive, but it's still an escape by Skoog tanking through the damage. That pummel of Hogger doing some real work as the fort goes down. All 3 forts taken out by Oxygen. Hennig, ooh, with that Taunt bit available, Hennig would have been in serious trouble. Rotating back down, good micro missiles, slowing down the rotations of Granit. Taunt again onto Kira, the anti-heal, but they don't have the damage dealers nearby. Drayton is in trouble. Falstad flying down. Hogger bouncing away. Massive shove gets Drayton out of danger. Heavy with the save there. But Madara unable to find the good angle. A little bit of pressure. Blizzard does trap Skoog a bit here. Stun onto Nasmus, but nothing to commit. But good lurking arm cuts the escape route in 2. Charge, focus, anti-heal, big burst. Nicely done. Red Robot showing just how scary Varian can actually be. Able to run people down with those anti-heals, even into a Mei. Now, you may be wondering why he's not gone for the shield smash against a Mei, but the answer to that is the shield smash will work against Mei and, of course, that peekaboo from Brightwing. But the true value here, Sonya, self-heals, which currently it's lowered. Brightwing, 8% max health heal with that level 1 plus extra healing, all interrupted by that mortal wounds. Everyone here heals a little bit. As such, Red Robot has gone for the max team value. Even Mei, with her shield, Cryostasis actually heals her through it. He could just cancel the shield and allow his team to just and stop the healing that way. But this is a more consistent damage output source and a way to prevent people from being saved by Brightwing. It's much more focused play here. They know they can get onto people who aren't Mei, but if they do go for Mei, this is fine. It's never the worst idea to pick Mortal Wounds into a Mei, as the Temple shots keep going onto top lane. Bruiser Cap being grabbed by Oxygen Esports, and we're seeing Granit Gaming trying to set a trap. They don't have Falstad here, but it is Falstad, he can fly. They've set the trap. Oxygen Esports got quite a few shots here. Bot keep low, top keep took a little bit of damage. Fountain and walls are removed. And this trap will be unsuccessful because Oxygen Esports is just going to push top lane. This game a little bit more one-sided than game 1. Madara just going to tank the shots there using that avoidance armor, and they're going in. They're going to try and rush this. Falstad is still clearing, not porting back. No, Falstad ported back, sorry. Here they come. Ultrarisk, good stun. Max multi-man stun here. Falstad on the side, Gust into the corner. So they can try and focus onto Red Robot, but it says Granit eats the damage. Taunt, anti-heals. No anti-heals. He's able to stay alive. He didn't get the last hit. It takes more than one hit. Skook, focus down, as is the Brightwing. Henning is gone. Ultralisk is trapped. And they go down. What a disaster there. Let's see it again. Nasmus trying to do damage, setting that up beautifully. He has self-destruct at the ready as they go in. Multi-man stun is dropped. Immediate self-destruct to zone. Gust is good, but keep an eye on Sonya here. She eats the autos, but doesn't eat the heroic strike. But what she does do is bring Henning into the rest of the team. And with Hogger splitting the team in two, it's an easy kill to go over onto Skook and Henning. That's going to be Auction Esports taking game number 2. And they're going to take the solid lead. One game away from victory for Oxygen Esports. Granit Gaming on the back foot. Can they bring themselves back into this? We will have to wait and see. Very solid game number 1 and 2 by Oxygen Esports. Granit looking way better in game number 1. Let's see if they can bring it back when game number 3 comes around. Here are the end of game statistics. Svamgrotta topping the damage chart here in literally every category for their team. 119 siege, 35 hero damage, just farming that diva. Who again, Nasmus definitely died. And for some reason did not show up on the death chart. Thanks, Blizzard. Ruining the stats page. Unlucky, fam. Very nicely done. On the other side, though, Oxygen Esports, Madara, absolutely farming them. 40,000 hero damage, stacking up those Qs, doing a great job there. Nasmus able to soak, same with Drated. This comp, it's an old comp, but it worked very well. But the big MVP there, 100% has to be Varian Red Robot, finding all of those taunts, finding the angles, being very patient with the taunts when they needed the anti-heal to counter Brightwing, the Sonya, and the Mei. It worked out really well on those ganks. Low blow from Stukov to follow up. Beautiful performance. As such, Red Robot. I'm going to give him my cheeky MVP award here. Nicely done. So, we're going to be getting ready to jump into game number 3 very shortly. Mainstream is going to go on its little break, so we're going to not do that. Because we have the power of being in the past. We're going to fast forward past their little break. Because we don't need to stop. We will have a break at some point, but we don't need a break every 2 games. I know it is stressful casting, but I'm solo casting this stuff. It's mostly for the players. It's the reason they have to break between every 2 games. That's why they have it. But even in HGC, we try to like give a little bit more time between them. Imagine it. Can you imagine any other job where you need 1 break every hour? Can you imagine if you got paid for that? That would be amazing. Imagine you get paid what you do now, but you get to take a break. You get to take a 5-minute break every. You get to take a 5-minute or longer, in a lot of cases, break every hour. Wouldn't that be awesome? That'd be great. I'd like that. I mean, I'd like to be paid like a proper wage to get that, but it'd be pretty decent. I don't want to do. I could do it now with what they have here, but I prefer actually, you know, casting the games. I like that. Casting the games is what is fun to me. Alright, looks like map bans are this time. Oops, I accidentally rewound. There we go. Alright, here are map bans. That's every time if you're lazy. Love it. Alrighty, map number 3 is going to be Infernal Shrines by Oxygen Esports. Actually, where you live, you have to take a break every hour if you have a computer-based job. That's interesting. How long a break do you get for that? I'm curious. How long a break do you get for having to do that? 5 minutes. Okay, so you get the pro player treatment. You get the Heroes Pro Player treatment. You get to take a break after every 2 games. Easy peasy. Nice. You can now officially, Silith, you can now officially say that you work as hard as a Heroes of the Storm professional player. You work as hard as you work as hard as people who are the best in the world at something. Hell yeah. That's some positivity right there. Breaks so weird because they give teams a break like every game unless there are semi-finals. One team just gets bopped during a best of 5. Yeah, I would prefer they did it as every 3 games as opposed to every 2. I think that's more reasonable. It's an hour and a half, and it means a series could end without a break instead of getting this really weird 2 games, a break, and then 1 game and it's over. Obviously, that's still possible with the other one, but at least you get 3 games in a row and then a break and then it's over, or 3 games in a row, a break, and then 2 games in a row. It gives you a much better flow with that if you're doing best of 5s. That's what I prefer. Alrighty, so Infernal Shrines is our map. We're going to be getting ready to jump into game number 3 as soon as possible. There it be. Game number 3 underway for our 2 teams here. You may also notice that I'm not looking at stats as much here. That's because I realized that the stats are updated with the stats from yesterday, meaning that my stats would be spoilers. So we're not going to look at those. We're just going to do our standard game analysis. So this is Granit Gaming. First pick, first ban here. Oxygen Esports 1 game away from closing out this series. Can Granit get a point on the board? Or shall they be left behind? At the bottom of the table. If Granit lose this, they will technically be dead last on the table. The only team to go 0-6 so far. As Uther shall be banned. Oxygen Esports. What do they get? They banned the Hogger this time. Despite it being their choice last time, they choose to ban it this time. Very interesting. Second ban. Lucio, perhaps? Continue to remove that, just those highest priority heroes. Medivh still available. Has only been banned once this series in the 2 games. D.Va, very sensible. D.Va's control over the objective on this map is so hard to deal with, so just ban her away. You gain a little bit more control that way. Also, nice of them to actually include draft sounds this time. Kerrigan is removed. They're really hard focused on Ultralisk here. They're just not giving them their comfort pick. Ultralisk yet to win with this Kerrigan, so it's interesting to see them be a little bit flexible this time. I mean, technically, I guess they won in the Icebreaker tournament, but still, it's interesting. Just choosing not to want to deal with it. Sonya picked up early by Granit Gaming this time. With Hogger banned out and D.Va banned out, a couple of the counters are removed, but that gives Oxygen very heavy freedom. They immediately get Cassia and that Lucio. These two are such a good combo together, dude. Cassia's always having to stop to land her auto, so Lucio giving her that movement speed, and she keeps up with her team. Sorry, not her autos, not her Qs. So just having that momentum there, it's so good. Malfurion and Diablo. It's a good engage, very similar to their game number 1. Very burst heavy for Granit. Gives them a lot of momentum there. Medivh. Medivh does get removed here with Diablo on the board. Immediately Medivh is a goodbye hero. So can you see Diablo or Medivh? The other one is almost a certain ban out because the combo is just so hard to deal with. The Diablo, reasonable into Lucio until Lucio gets high 5, in which case Lucio's going to have a very easy time. And Tychus. Tychus so good against Diablo. Kick him out of danger. With Lucio as well, it would have been very hard to deal with. It's a solid ban by Granit Gaming. tanks, off lanes, enough more damage or more or more bruisers. Oxygen Esports, lots of flexibility there. Where did they choose to go? They can even double support it. Lucio Stukov, Vikings, Zarya. Okay, this is a funky comp. They're being very interesting here, and I think this dictates that they're not going to run a tank. I don't think Oxygen will run a tank with this. This comp just will not work for a tank. They don't have enough damage. Cassio is a great hyper carry hero, and they could really try and hyper rely on that and go with a heavy burst hero. I think instead they'll lead towards a bruiser and just commit that way. Like a good hard engage bruiser. Granit. They go over comp. Very similar to game number 1. It very nearly worked. It's great for the objective, great for the map. Now Oxygen. If they go for a tank, it has to be a high damage one. So we're talking stacking Muradins. Varian would actually be quite good again. Varian's also just good into Zeratul. Tyrael would be okay if they were going for a tank. I'm wrong again. It's Stukov coming in here. So Zarya is taking the tank role. Tank Stukov coming in. Love it. Love it. The Stukov on board. So that is main tank Stukov kinda / main tank Zarya kind of. The Stukov gives them a lot of damage. The double healer is good. Vikings actually do add quite a bit of damage as well here. This comp is very mobile. The healing output will actually make them very hard to kill with Stukov. This is going to be weird. This is going to be real weird. But it should be fun. I am excited. I am excited. I hope you are as well. This should be an interesting one. Will we have a 3-0 here? Or will we be starting off with a solid 2-1? Will Granit Gaming get a map on the board? We're about to be finding out, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, if you are enjoying, continue to drop subscriptions or donations onto the board here to show a little bit of support. Let's get ready to get this going as we are loading into Infernal Shrines. This is our third map of the day from our first series of the day. Remember, we are currently casting all of CCL Week 2 Day 1. That was yesterday's game, so these games are from the past. No, try and avoid spoilers in the chat. And then after that, we'll be casting game number 1, and then we'll be doing game number 2 of that. So we're starting off with Oxygen Esports as Granit Gaming, then we'll be doing 30k versus Onyx. We've lost whoever that is. We've lost whoever in the flesh is. And then, of course, we'll be doing the live games, which are this Sunday's games. Chili Mountain versus Storm Esports, and then Wildheart Esports versus Simplicity. Seems we have a pause while we wait for whatever technical issues they have on the main stream to return. How long is this pause so that I can get us back to in the game? Oh, that's a long pause. That's like a 4-minute pause. That's like a 4-minute pause, fam. Jeez. All right, well, we fixed it. We fixed it. Looks like we're going back into the game. Right at the start here. Hang on. Hang on. I don't think I fast-forwarded it enough. Okay, we got it. We missed a little bit. We missed a tiny bit of time. We didn't miss any of the action. We're back in the game. Oxygen Esports on the right at match point. Granit Gaming on the left, looking to get themselves on the board. 2 Vikings up in top lane, 1 currently in mid. Does that imply a big, hard bot push? Or will we be sending that Viking down to bot lane? Very interesting for now. Eric's even just throwing a couple rocks at Ultralisk here. Good harassment right now. And they bring Eric up the top lane. Baylog to mid. Ooh, the wave clear Viking. Together we are strong. Going for the allied damage, adds to energy for Zarya. Standard stuff here. You combine that with the grenade talent at level 4, and then either your choice of speed barrier or the cooldown reduction. Big charge. Not enough to capitalize on for a kill. Cassia, Lightning Fury, already up to 7 stacks. Echoed Corruption for Gul'dan, 5 stacks. And of course, we're going for the sleep talent for the Malfurion Emerald Dream. They're also going for the upgraded health on Nasmus. This is tank Olaf. Gives him extra max health and some block charges. Very effective. Very good sustain. Slam build Sonya. Devil's Due Diablo again. Does that imply they go for another charge build? Again, it very nearly worked last game. Good corruption. 11 stacks now. 10 for Cassia. Charge onto Drated, trying to body block them into the root. Root lands, sleep lands. The shield is good. Healing's good, but not enough. Down they go. Eric the Swift for the Lost Vikings. Give them that extra mobility. Nasmus really trying to stay mobile here. Balog clearing out mid. They're doing everything they can to try to put as much pressure as they can to bot lane. Remember the cooldown reduction on the shields at level 4 for Zarya, so it's just going to be a spam shields onto Cassia, hyper carry Cassia. Of course, armor stacks on top of shields, so damage to the shields will be reduced, maximizing shield output usage. Makes Cassia one of the best heroes to go with Zarya, and if Tassadar was still in his old state, then Cassia and Tassadar would have been absolutely insane. Ty. Trying to bully, trying to stay alive, trying to cleave. Unable to keep the pressure going. Madara trading out in favor of his team. Using that Cassia damage to great effect here. You see the Vikings, they've left this lane while their team is here. Making sure they maximize the value. No XP will be lost bot lane either, but the objective is started. Big head start for Granit Gaming. Massive charge for Skoog, but no follow-up. Two of the Vikings have been brought down here. Massive lurking arm. Great boop by Heavy, but it's just not enough damage to finish the job there. That's going to allow Oxygen Esports to take the lead. Making the most of all that AoE they get from Zarya and Cassia. Really rushing their way through that. 28-8. Looks like Granit Gaming will just give this up. Not going to risk re-engaging, getting focused down. Vikings back in lanes already, not soaking yet because Balog is alone up in top lane and will get absolutely bopped by Sonya if they're not careful. There's that pinpoint accuracy for Zarya at level 7. Gives them really good damage output. Root, lurking arm was a good setup onto Skoog. They try to get the slow with Lucio. Skoog will escape, not enough to finish the job. This will allow the fort to go down though. Balog does go down to Sonya. The Punisher gets the fort. It didn't even disable the fort on that second load of ice there. Frost Punisher literally trolling. Making their way forward. Standard build for Zeratul. Diablo, same build as game number 1. The Malevolent Sacrificial Soul build. Ty actually getting run down by Heavy here. Drated trying to chase in as well. A couple more grenades would have been enough for the kill, but they couldn't really chase much further. So instead, they're going to race this down. This seems to be the build that the majority of Vikings players are going for. The last couple of Vikings teams we have seen going with spin to win again. This is a usual talent, but we have seen a little bit of variation on that from time to time, so it's cool to see it still being the high priority pick. That little bit of burst damage, you'll actually see Vikings being used against Zeratul in big group ups, but once Zeratul hits level 16, that fight goes very heavily favor in the Zeratul's way. For now, Ty clearing these up. Siege camp is removed. Sonya getting very close in on Nasmus, trying to spin, but a good gank. Oxygen gaining momentum, really starting to get some work done. Balog dies. That would have been, that sounds like Ty's dirty work. As they're going to make their way down to bot lane. Granit Gaming trying to grab themselves a siege cap, but here comes Oxygen. They clear it quick, and that will be enough to get away. Slow onto Skoog with the weighted pustule. Knockback, Bull Lightning, expires. Big expulsion zone, wrong side, but the slows are good, and they still get the kill. Skoog goes down. They're looking for Ty instead now. Boop. Beheading's in position. Zoning route. Nicely done. Red Robot eats a corruption. 35 stacks for Gul'dan. 32 for Cassia. 12 globes picked up by Zarya. Diablo reset on souls after that kill. Vikings continuing to soak Olaf, positioning safely because that's where Sonya is. Balog far forward. Apoc into VP. Beautifully timed this time. And a great Twilight Dream and a Horrify. Timed almost perfectly. The Twilight Dream was a little early because the Horrify came out, or vice versa. Could have been delayed to combo with each other and not overlap, but either way, they get the triple kill. And that is a massive lead picked up by Granit Gaming, really starting to get some momentum onto their board here. They're going to get themselves their first fort of the game. In the meantime, Zeratul declaring bot lane, keeping the XP going, but the Vikings are still soaking. Olaf is still grabbing XP up in top lane, keeping Oxygen in it. High five on the board. Not wasn't too useful last time because Lucio was, of course, caught in all the CC. The power of VPA Buck. It's literally a combo that has existed since Alpha. Still great to see it still works. A combo that has existed from the time where Diablo's Firestomp was a star that went around himself. And with artifacts, he could one-shot Vala by himself. There's the kill. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Ultras clearing out the Bruiser camp. As momentum is taken by Oxygen again. Even without all the Vikings here, it doesn't matter. Play again's available, and Eric is nearby. With Eric the Swift, he can basically be anywhere very quickly. There's the charge. No commitment. They don't go for Red Robot. Corruption still landing. Almost finished on the Echo Corruption. Virulent Reaction. Norse Force coming in. Nordic Attack Squad, sorry, for Nasmus. He can now bring in the boys. Lurking Arm is dropped. Are we going to pull a Terran and pull the boys? Nasmus is waiting. Balog is split pushing bot lane, getting a lot of value here. Nasmus literally running down to Zeratul. Cleave comes in. More team comms that we can't hear. 37 to 19. Looks like Oxygen will just give this up. As Granit Gaming will complete the objective. The question is, will they get out of here alive? There's the turnaround kill. It might be the question for Oxygen as VP comes out onto two members. Flailing Swipe prevents him from getting the full engage here. Horrify comes out, only really hits Zarya as Ultralisk gets flanked by the Vikings, who played again to join the fight. But Balog is eliminated here. So is Eric by Zeratul. But that's traded out for Malfurion and the Gul'dan here. Oxygen, oh, heavy. Heavy outruns the Punisher after getting absolutely bopped. Shield of Drayton saving the day. Absolutely brutal. But Oxygen Esports re-engaging when they could, capitalizing, trading Vikings for kills. Nice little play again there, forcing the reaction out of Granit Gaming and turning it into fights and kills. Punisher fighting going to be finished off by Olaf. Minion Wave still going at it. Still going to take quite a bit of damage onto that fort. It won't die, but it's going to be real close. Charge, flip, good shielding. Blocks all the damage. Zarya going for that unstoppable competitor. Will then be going for the friendly CC removal, the cleansing shields. Echo Corruption is now complete. 54 stacks onto the Cassia. So much damage. Matcher dropping all those ults and not getting the Viking kill. Yeah, only getting 2 out of 3 Vikings after your full ult combo. Unlucky. We're going to be seeing the pressure onto mid lane. Red Robot looking for those weighted pustules. Has been very liberal with just the weighted pustules alone, even without the lurking arms. And it's been picking up quite a few kills for them. Pressure is applied. Up the frequency for the Lucio. Nicely done. Not bad. Cleansing shields again for the Zarya. Already looking good. Nasmus. Can Olaf live? No! Turns out Zeratul can still kill an Olaf if he gets a Sonya help. Hooray! Olaf has Largent in charge as well, by the way. He's actually got like the crit, the stun to help deal with Zeratul and Sonya. Oh man, Drayton needs to be very careful because Granit Gaming are looking aggressive. The Vikings will grab bot siege while this is happening. or a distraction-based play. And Oxygen actually starting their Bruiser camp. Very risky. If Granit Gaming had actually committed to more aggression, they might have been able to take that fight. Instead, they're just going to lose both camps. That's going to be Bruiser camps for both teams. There's Siege camp for Oxygen Esports. Zeratul got some experience up in top lane. Now I'm going to port back to base. Actually, no, staying up in top lane. Going to help clear this out. Nasmus bullying Svabgrotza here. Eric the Swift, he faced. There's a cleansing shield as predicted. Super strain for that Stukov. Extra burst healing. Ruinous affliction for the Gul'dan, going for extra damage. Zeratul now has Void Slash. That's a big power spike, massive damage output. You can see the shield and the armor coming into play together there to basically remove all the damage that Madara took. They have so many stacks of armor and shields here. There's the charge, trying to set themselves up. Everyone gets out. Tie the ball. Lightning didn't split from Ultralisk enough. There's the kill. Skoog knocked away. The corruption is good. Skoog will live here. It was a good setup. Not enough to isolate and kill. Madara dealing with the siege cap, grabbing the other opponent's one. Trying to gain more momentum. Nasmus clearing up clearing up the Bruiser cap, and Granit Gaming is going to try and kill Nasmus, but Nasmus to 1 point. He dodges the corruption. Oh, echoed corruption guarantees the kill. Down goes Baylog. Stukov going to be porting back to base. Vikings play again in from behind the flank. The concave coming in from Oxygen Esports. Granit Gaming going to try and set themselves up for the kill. They're going to dive onto Stukov, but the high five gets him out the route. Vikings from behind getting absolutely eaten, but it's enough to delay. It's enough to save. Zarya just wins the objective by herself, and now Skoog's Svabgrotza are trapped. Stun onto Henning. Twilight Dream counter engagement. High-fived. They high-fived that. Now Skoog has gone back in and is left all alone with no way out. Skoog, well, he has one way out, and it's the fastest way back to base. Resetting souls. What a play. What a play. That looked like it was a counter engage, but the high five preventing Diablo coming over the wall. Apoc hits no one. The Punisher wrecking mid-keep here. That it's not going to finish it, but it weakens it very effectively, allowing the members of Oxygen Esports to grab themselves a fort. That's another fort over to Oxygen Esports, actually evening up the structures. And actually, Granit Gaming have actually still going to lead in structures here because of how much damage they did to top. Maybe not for long, though. Largely in charge. Nasmus not able to finish the job. They try to pressure, but they can't go much further. Granit Gaming still hold the structure lead here. Able to keep control for now. Nasmus. Keep microing. You got to keep moving with Eric the Swift, otherwise he will die. We're going to be seeing the Granit Gaming gank. Baylog will perish, but everyone else shall live. Baylog gives his life as a face check, so that the rest of Oxygen may survive. It may have also saved the keep, though, because that could have easily been a keep backdoor attempt by Granit. Ty having to blink away. Rest of the team porting back to base. Infinite Ball Lightning. We're seeing the Fury of the Storm coming in here for the Vikings. A little bit of extra burst damage and wave clear for them. This, of course, is an effect individual to each Viking every 5 seconds. Your next basic attack will deal an additional 41 damage to the target and 105 to all nearby enemies, minions, enemy minions and mercenaries. Each Viking has their own cooldown. It's a nice little bit of extra burst. Great for wave clear. Stukov yet to pick. Mixing Fire, of course, for the Lucio. Inside of Granit Gaming, there's that Haunt once again. Life Bloom, 10% burst healing from Malfurion. Ignore Pain, Hellgate, and that Shadow Mending. Zeratul is so scary against the Vikings now. Assuming he doesn't get stunned. Stunned and burst. This is what we, I guess, would call burst build Vikings. Taunt, percentage damage, spin to win, and Fury of the Storm. It's about as bursty as the Vikings get. If they engage one person, that person's probably dead. Waves being cleared out in top lane by Oxygen. Vikings hovering around. Eric saw the Sonya rotation. Catches Diablo too. Demounting. Eric doing Eric things. Very nice. Balog pushes bot lane. Olaf pushes mid lane. D pushing that siege camp. Looking good. Looking good. Nasmus bringing Olaf up to the team. Now, the reason you see Olaf as the one who always join the team is because Olaf has that little stud. He's the tankiest Viking, meaning he's most likely to live through the fights. For starters, he's an engage tool. He is a mini stud. He is the tank. This is Olaf main tank right now. And then, as the game goes on, if he lives through the fights, he is the one who can play again and bring in the rest of the Vikings. This allows the other two to push behind the minion waves, setting themselves up for even more value. You gotta keep Nasmus moving. You gotta keep that Olaf going. You can't put too much attention onto everything else. Here he goes. Spit sprint to stun out Ultras. Team was not ready, not in position. Stun off cooldown, on cooldown for a little bit. Eric dies to mid lane. A little bit of miss micro. Has to focus on top lane. But they get bot keep. Ty teleporting in. Vikings play again from the side, looking for their stun. They're going to try and focus on Ultras. Turn their attention onto Fury, and the burst is good. But down goes two Vikings. Olaf, the only one left in this fight, but that's the best one to stay alive. Furion for two Vikings is a great trade. Grotto dropping low, tanking through as best he can with that ignore pain. Cannot survive. Ty, focus down. Not enough for the kill, but Diablo is going to be absolutely wiped by Mardana. Ty is cleaving. He wormholes, but the prediction from Murder and Nasmus finds the kill. They're not going to even bother with the fight. They stun out Swam Grotto to buy time. They rush to mid lane to get themselves that second keep. Sonya is going to get the Punisher, but the game could be going over to Oxygen. They're not even going to get mid keep. They're going straight for core. Diablo trying to delay. They try to focus him down. One more death. Good shadow charge. If Scoo can stay alive, he can try and defend, but down he goes, leaving just Ultralisk and Sonya. Swam Grotto comes back to try and protect. This is Granit Gaming's last chance to stay in this series. The anti-heal from the Mixing Fire, trying to focus them down. Nasmus trying to stun out Swam Grotto. The ball lightning, infinite ball lightning is Madara chases him down, trying to keep that lightning bouncing. That speed boost from Sonya that she gets from her trace keeps her going. The high five from Lucio and the speed boost to get Cassia back on that course. She's the damage output. Swam Grotto trying to stay alive. The Twilight Dream with the Astral Communion to try and clean him up, but he has someone competitor rated, tanking through, holding the line. Sonya is trying to get in, but she's taken out. The core is focused down, and Oxygen Esports takes the 3-0. And with that, with a one-game lead over the other teams in CCL, Oxygen Esports will take the lead. Actually, no, sorry, Oxygen Esports, they won't take the lead. They're going to move themselves to a solid third position. Fourth position. Fifth position. Maths is really hard. Oxygen Esports, they lost their series yesterday. Hang on, I need to check. I can't remember who won last week. Hang on. I'm being a silly. Yeah, Oxygen Esports lost last week. There we go. So they are now 1-1. Very nice. So that puts them in a good position. Oxygen Esports, they're in 5th place right now. Granit Gaming, as the only team to go 0-6, they will move themselves down into last place. That is all they can do this week. That is as best as they can do. The only hope they have now is that in the games later today, Chili Mountain lose and join them. Or Oxygen lose today in a 3-0. You lose in yesterday's games, because I haven't seen the results. If Oxygen lose 3-0 to 30k, and or Chili Mountain lose to Storm in a 3-0 in today's games, then Granit's going to have some company. And it won't feel so bad. We'll have to see how that goes. Because, of course, we're going to continue casting the games from yesterday. Talents-wise, very normal for Zarya. That is the go-to build, basically. In fact, everything's pretty normal. The only out of the ordinary one here is Diablo again, going with that full charge build. And the hyper burst build Vikings, which is really fun to see. Big fan. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love that. That's a really fun combo. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take a 5-minute break for myself, just to fill up some water and stuff like that. And then I'll skip us ahead to whenever the second series starts. So I'm going to grab some water and use the bathroom. Maybe I'll give myself 10 minutes just to be fair on myself. No, 5 minutes. 5 minutes is fine for just water in the bathroom. So I'll get myself up on a 5-minute timer on the clock. 16:40. Alrighty, okay, 5 minutes, 5 minute 49. So we're gonna roll on in, and we're gonna jump onto a break. When we come back, it will be our second series. Ah, never mind, I have to set up the second series first. So hang on, you got my face for a bit while I actually set it up instead of being silly. So you got my face for a tad bit more. Use the light 30k logo. Thank you, Dax, by the way, for sending me the light version of the 30k logo, so I don't have to make a really rubbish setup just to make it look viewable. Dax being my savior there. Onyx, on the other hand, they have not sent me that, so I'm having to do a nice, a very messy setup to make their logo visible, because their logo is a pain. But I have a strat for it. What we do is we add some color correction to it, and then we change the color to white. Now the logo's white. There we go. Now it's visible. It looks like the only logo now from Halo. Alrighty, so let's put 5 minutes on the timer. So we'll just do 41 now. There we go. 5 minutes 42 seconds. So I will be back in just over 5 minutes, everybody, with our second series from yesterday, which will be 30k versus Onyx. Let's get going. Thank you all for watching. We'll be back in a moment. Make sure to drop a subscription or a donation if you're having a good time, and see you all in a moment.